Nika is asking, Aquila, from your perspective, why are we still here, trapped, even after we remember who we are and can see through the illusion? Is it because of the setup of the game we can't get out until death? I wouldn't say we can't get out until death. That would be, from my perspective, it's the massive attachment we have to this physical body and constant programming, or let's just say someone else's perception of reality that's being given onto us. And then if you think differently, then you're made to feel bad, wrong, guilty, crazy, uneducated, retarded, whatever. And so being free, all it takes, literally, is to have perception that you can allow yourself to daydream. Like the whole getting out of body, astral traveling, consciousness shifting, and everything else, it's all about working on your perception. So the physical world that we perceive, what we consider is real, what we consider, okay, this is the place, is because we can touch, feel, smell, taste, and everything else. All of these five senses because of our brain. Great. When you dream, you get that reality. How well does your perception work there? For some people, they have visuals, they have clear sight, but they don't really have an audio. Others can have great audio, they can hear things around, but it's completely dark. They can't see anything. So our senses are limited, and we consider that not being real. It's just like, just like weird sensation, weird kind of experience, weird perception. That's it. That's where we stop. There are those who can consciousness shift, and that's all it is. Getting out of body, astral traveling, and everything else. It's not getting out of your body and flying and becoming distant from Earth and going away and swimming in the space and everything else. It's not that. It's literally your point of view, point of awareness that I talk about. You can look around and see everything around you right now. And if you could look around, not from this body, but from somewhere else, you're not a body. You just astral traveled. This is just consciousness shifting. You just put your awareness elsewhere. Now, we live our whole life identifying with this body. Like, this is the human body. It's quite likely, science says, oh, well, the possibility of the extraterrestrials is out there, but we never seen them, we haven't heard, and blah, blah, blah. Like a lot of stories. And then the whole thing with, going to school and how we should live our lives and what you should be like, and a whole woke movement and everything else. Tons of labels. We get so over-identified with this place. We hear so many stories of what is real and what is considered to be normal, that if you go out of the boundaries, you start doubting yourself. So first, if you are considering outside the box not normal anymore, you're crazy, you're making shit up, you're imagining it. But if you have perception that is just as real and even realer than this, then you're out. But the thing is, how long can you stay in that place? Because if we just let's say daydream and you have your perception in the other location and you stop feeling this physical body, but you can run around in another place that you have created and imagined and you're doing things there, then you just create reality. But we're not learning to leave this place fully because of the over-attachment and the connection we have to the body. It's like people forget, let's say our reality here is like wearing a VR headset. And we forget that we have the headset on, so we live our whole life playing in the VR game, and then we drop dead. And then we wake up, let's say another body has a headset, we don't even realize it. So that whole perception and beliefs we have, how do we take the headset off? It's to literally release all the beliefs we have that are limiting us about the body, about reality, about how everything else works, because consciousness is everything and nothing all at once, and it's all our creation. So that's one part of it, but the other thing is we woke up, we remember who we are, an infinite consciousness, and yada yada, things we have experienced before coming here and everything else. You're still telling your story about this life, and you might hate it, you might not like this place, but you have not learned ways to detach yourself from the body. It's like you're still stuck, you're still sitting here. So that was releasing every possible belief about this way, about life, about how things work, good luck with that. And there's more to it. Let's see your comment again. Trapped here even after we remember who we are, even though we can see through the illusion. I think it's just mainly beliefs. Like, yeah, even if you can have the perception of the world, even though you understand the place, can you really let go? Like, Neo from Matrix says, like, there is no spoon. So how do we let go? We are holding the spoon, telling ourselves there is no spoon. How can he bend it? Because he changes the reality and everything else around him. But how do we do it? You know, like, and that's like figuring it out that, you know, you create absolutely everything. And you cannot get out of this place as long as you keep on creating it. So learning to how, you know, how do we do that? That would be another thing. For me, like, it would be like that disassociation. Because, like, right now, okay, you know, human body and everything I have experienced from birth until this very moment, every single person I've met, everything I have read about reality, how things work and everything else, it's there. So it's kind of hard to switch beliefs. It's kind of already, like, in their program within. And, like, literally neural networking, every single thing that you have thought of that you have felt is engraved in your brain. Neural networking. So how long do you need to tell yourself a whole different story and feel something to change things? That would be one thing. Like, physical body is also limitation, and just working through a lot of little things like that. Because if, you know, people are able to do amazing things just through their beliefs. So many stories about, you know, people just imagining, telling themselves a story over and over again until things happen. They just like, oh, well, look, my cancer disappeared. Oh, look, my teeth, like, straightened up, but I was just believing and telling myself a story that I had little gnomes in my mouth, working day and night, fixing it, and all of a sudden it's straight. What the hell? So, like, power of our beliefs is amazing, but as long as we believe things about this world, focusing on all these issues and everything else, even though you're trying to shut it off, you still have the story that you have heard and told yourself about this life. So, good luck letting it go.